Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 2 of my Let's Play tutorial, or whatever it is. I am standing in the middle of my newly constructed living room. I have a very high-tech, security door here. Um, Gotta love the fences. And so between last episode and this episode, I kind of cleared this area out. I don't have tools to get rid of some things like the amber stone. Um, but I did a bunch of mining. I went down. I gathered a whole bunch of stuff. Lots of cobble that, totally, valuable, right? I got some clay, I got some sand, and I got some gravel. Those are going to come in very handy because in a moment, what I really want to do this episode is to set up our Tinker's Construct Smeltry. I've cut myself a nice 3x3 hole here, and I think we probably ought to do that because we've got to cook some of this stuff. Alright, so if you've never played with Tinker's Construct, essentially you need to take one sand, one gravel, and one clay. That's going to get you 2 grout. And I'm going to do 2 stacks of this. And that may be more grout than we need, but we shall see. Down there, up there. Don't know what I'm doing. Whoops. So this is one thing that keeps throwing me in this is that one of the mods gives a recipe for basically smelting coal, so you can make it into carbon, which is used in open peripherals. And I keep trying to shift. I'm not used to coal being smelted, so I keep trying to shift click the coal in and it goes up top. And anyway, so yeah, you don't care. So we are making grout, and the grout is going to be cooked into this stuff called seared bricks. Seared bricks are used to create all of the blocks for our smeltery. And so while these cook, it's going to take a little while, let's set up some of the rest of the stuff for Tinker's Construct. So what we're going to need, I suppose I ought to show you what else I did. So I cleared this out. I die spider. There we go. Oop, now I can become a spider. Sweet. I have my farm going rather nicely. Things are growing quite well. I chopped down a couple trees, and you can see I've got plenty of wood for what we're about to do. And then where is he? I created just a very, very basic, a group of trees. I'm not going to call it a tree farm because that would be pretentious, and it's not a farm. Well, anyway. Okay, so what we're going to need to do is we need to make a couple of blocks. And if we go ahead and do this, you can see some of this stuff all together. So we're going to need to make a stencil table. We're going to need to make a part builder, and we're going to need to make a tool station. Those are our basic tools that we're going to need. Now the tool station is just wood planks and a blank pattern. The pattern we're going to make with 2 of those. So I'm going to need some sticks. Now one of the other mods that's in here, I don't remember what it's from, gives you this interface that, I guess this is from not enough items, NEI, and yeah, and you can, bring up your pattern, and you can click, to see it here, and then you can fill it in with what you want to fill it in with, or conversely, you can hold down Shift and click the question mark, and it will automatically dump whatever you have in your inventory, and you can make as many as you have stuff for. So you can shift and then click and then make them all at once, which is pretty cool. So I need to make some more cherry wood. I don't want to use all of it. Alright, so some of the easy patterns I'll just make by hand. So there's our stencil table. We're going to need a part builder, which is just a plank and a pattern. We're going to need lots of patterns, so may as well make them now. Probably need more than what I have here. And then our tool station is a crafting table and a pattern. Very cool. And the last block I want to make, and this one is kind of optional, is a part chest or a pattern chest. Pattern chest. While I'm here, let's make myself another shovel. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start putting these down. Alright, so my smeltery is going to sit here. I guess here's as good a place as any. Alright, tool station, part builder. Okay, so you want to put your pattern chest next to your part builder, because then when you click on the part builder, you get access to the inventory of the pattern chest. Everything else, it doesn't really matter where you put it. Alright, put my blank patterns in there for now, and let's see how these are coming along. Excellent. And this will get us started. Alright, so I also want to make some glass. I'll get there later. Alright, so what we're going to need for our smeltery is we're going to need 3x3, and then we need to surround it with, so let's see. Well, I know I'm going to need a smeltery controller, and when you build pretty much any of the smeltery blocks, you're going to get the mighty smelting book. I know that I'm going to need a couple of drains. I'm going to start with one. I know that I'm going to need a faucet. I know that I'm going to need a casting table. What else? Well, I'll go ahead and make some bricks. Alright. So, smeltery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's going to be the floor of the smeltery. And then we have to go around, and I think I'm going to have enough to do 2 layers. There is no real rhyme or reason why you should do this one way versus the other. I just like to make things look a little symmetrical. And so what I'm leaving spaces kind of on the sides, because I'm actually going to fill them with a glass brick. Let's put this over here. Let's break this. Let's take it over there. Alright. How are these cooking? I need to make some glass. So I'm going to shuffle this around here. Alright. Alright. 1 glass, that gets me started. So we're going to need a seared tank, because we actually need to have a tank to hold liquids, and the liquid that you're going to hold is lava. And I want to put that over here next to my smeltery controller. And now I just need to wait until I get enough glass and 1 more seared brick to finish off this smeltery. So we're going to come back later. While these are cooking and finishing up, let's go ahead and make a couple of other items. So you remember that I have this iron left over from earlier. I need to make myself an iron bucket, because I actually have to transport lava. And with the rest of these 2 iron, I'm going to make myself some shears, because I actually died earlier. It was kind of depressing. There are some really nasty mods that are added from Ars Magica, and one of them is I think it's pronounced a helicate, and they can go invisible. And when you have no armor and you're, not really paying that much of attention because you think you've lit up the whole room around you. No, not this way. I gotta go this way. Um, yeah, so I died. It was sad. Oh, this way. So I need to make a bed because I had to run a long way, and then I died again. But as you can see, I kind of went through here. I dug out a lot of stuff. I'm leaving some things like this Certus quartz ore alone until I have a fortune pick, and some things I can't get like this Chimmerite ore or the cinnabar. But I found a really great find, a nice large lava lake. Brain is dying on me. And we're going to need this lava for our Tinker's Construct Smeltry. So we'll see. One thing to note, especially early on in the game, I always like to make stairs everywhere I go. Because every time you jump, you actually get more hungry than you would if you were just walking. And I believe, and at least it seems this way to me, that walking on stairs, you're not jumping, so seems to help. Alright, can I put this in here already? Sweet, I can. Alright, how's my glass coming? We're getting there. Okay, so is it... Alright, so it's not going to make very many glass. Alright. So I've got 3 seared glass. 1... Wait. Oh well. I need to make 1 more seared brick. So is that to put the faucet on the smeltery, or on the drain, and I'll put the casting table beneath it. And now we're just waiting for more glass. Okay, so let's see. Oh, something else that I wanted to show you. So you'll notice that I put a gate here, not a door. Until I have more of a fence around here and I've got it all lit up, there are zombies and things that spawn at night. And if you have a door, they come and they bang on your door and it's really annoying. You have to go kill them. But with a fence, they don't recognize that they can get into your house, so they leave you alone. So I almost died in this. This is something from Biomes of Plenty. It's quicksand, and you kind of fall in quicksand, and you can't get out. So I'm hoping that I can get over here before I drown. And so you can kind of basically fall right through the block, and if it's more than 1 block deep, you start to suffocate, and it's not much fun. Alright, so I was going over here and I was actually getting all my sand, and then, ow, stupid cactus. And then I found this. And this is great because, very nice monster spawner. And there's a chest, and I have not looked in the chest yet, so I wanted to do this on air because it's kind of exciting. So I've been kind of dying a little inside. It's probably, watch, it's gonna be like an iron ingot. Oh my, that's cool. So a portal gun, not gonna complain about that. A safari net, okay. An ender lily seed, oh, those are good. And a logistic matrix programmer. We're gonna use that later. Wow, I can't believe that was a really awesome. Wow. So, so the portal gun, essentially, if you've ever played Portal, it works just like Portal. You right-click to place 1 portal, you left-click to place another portal, and then, whee, you can go from 1 portal to the other. So I can hop out. Yoop. I'm having too much fun with this. I wonder if I can do this. Sweet. Check that out. Oop. Wow, that's just really cool. I'm so excited. Now I haven't actually played a whole lot with the portal gun mod. Oh Oh, you know what I could do though? And this will make my life a lot easier. Because most of the other mod packs that I played with have not had the portal gun in it. I've seen it used, and I played Portal. But this is the first time I've actually gotten a chance to really play with it, so I'm pretty excited. And I'm also a little worried that I'm going to die and lose it, because that is the kind of thing that I do. So, if you haven't already guessed, I'm going to create 2 portals, and one of them is going to be near my base, and one of them is going to be over here, and I'm hoping that... Okay, so that one's yellow, so this one's going to be red. When I hear a helicopter, and he's going to kill me, but... Okay, very cool. Alright. How much glass do I have? Oh, good. Let me dump some of this stuff off. Send my cobblestone here, send the dirt over here. That's good enough. Did I grab it? No. Alright. Another thing that you can do is if you hold down shift, as you place your blocks, you will put an equal number in each slot. Now I need... Well, I'll just go ahead and make them all. Alright. Glass, glass, glass. There's 2 there. Glass, glass. Okay. So our smeltery should be complete. You can see that we've got the whole, border. And you know that it's going to work if the smeltery controller lights up. So we're good. We've already got some lava in here. So that's pretty cool. Alright. So what can you do with the smeltery? Well, the first thing you're going to have to do is you want to make yourself some casts. Now the casts, you need to have some... Oh, I got my next materials in U-Book. The casts you're going to need to make a cast of something, so then you can basically pour liquid over it and get a cast. So we want to make an ingot cast because I want to use this smeltery to double our ores. So whenever you put ores in a smeltery, anything that comes out will be doubled. So instead of 1 ingot, you'll get 2 ingots, which is really cool, which is the whole reason I made this so early. So we're going to put our tin ingot that we just got on the casting table. 3 aluminum, 1 copper. Alright, another thing that you can do is if you have an item in your inventory and you have a mouse wheel, you can shift on the item in your inventory and roll up on your mouse wheel. And let me show you here. It'll split the stack. So if I hold shift and use my mouse wheel, I can add copper 1 at a time, which is pretty cool. And I can also go backwards and suck it out of my inventory. Alright, so we've got our aluminum and our copper melting away in our smeltery. It's going to make us some aluminum brass. While we wait, I'm going to go grab some more. Lava. Drop it in there. Alright, so now we have, in a second, got some aluminum. And once this copper melts, it will turn into aluminum brass. And we have 8 ingots worth of aluminum brass. And it takes 1 ingot per cast. So we're going to make 1 ingot cast. Actually, going to make 1 more ingot cast. And now we've got to make some other stuff. So, fix my pickaxe, sort of. So we've got 2 ingot casts. And I'm going to go ahead and put them in my parts builder. And now we want to think about some of the tools that we can make. Alright, so if I pull out my materials in U-Book, you can see there is a long list of tools and weapons that you can make. And then there's a bunch of materials that you can make your things out of. So what do I want to do? I want to look at my stencil table. I want to make myself a pickaxe, and the pickaxe needs a tool rod pattern, or rather it needs a tool rod, it needs a pickaxe head, and it needs Where's the binding? A binding. Okay. So you can use the parts builder to make some of these. Let's find, here's my cobble. I need to clear out my inventory here. Too much junk in here. We're going to have to play with the ender lilies later. Okay. So parts builder. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some basic parts. We're going to make them out of stone because I have lots of cobblestone. But I don't want to make my final tool out of cobblestone. I actually want to make my final tool out of a metal, and probably iron. So in order to do that, we need to get these casts. So just like we did before, put that on the casting table, get our cast, and actually the binding we don't need. Oh well, now that I made it. And the pickaxe head. Those are the two that we want. I gotta decide what I want to make the binding out of. Alright, so we have 4 more ingots of aluminum brass. I suppose we gotta make some parts for our sword. That seems like that might make some sense. Alright, so for a sword, we're gonna need, is that a sword blade? A sword blade. Oh, and we're out of patterns. Go figure. Like I said, you need a lot of patterns here. Sword blade, we need the blade, the tool rod, and a crossbar. Now I like the handguard because I like to make a long sword. So we're going to throw the, oop, not that. That'll destroy our pattern and we won't get what we want. Stone sword blade, whoops. We already have a tool rod. Alright. Love tinkering. It makes me feel, yeah. Some recipes require, you can see like material cost is 0.5. If it's 0.5 and you put a cobblestone in, you will get this shard back. And since we don't need the shards for really much of anything, may as well use them for this. Okay. What else? I guess I could make a pickaxe head or a shovel. That would probably be smart. I'll do a pickaxe head and a shovel, and I think that will get rid of all of the parts that we have. Oh, whoops. I did 14 stone axe heads. Oh, that was stupid. Oh well. I'll throw them in here because I don't want them. Alright. Stone axe head. Sitting at, can't tell. I think there's only one left. And nope, did that. Shovel. Nope, and there we go. We used it all. And you know, how come I have a feeling that, yeah. Oh well. Just throw them over here for the moment. Ooh, I got an idea. So you notice I put a guard in place over here. That's because every time I don't, I end up getting myself killed. Like I'll fall in. You know, I might want that stone binding. Alright. Okay, up next. I've got to decide what to make these tools out of. And if I go to my materials and I look through here, probably thinking iron because that's really the best material I have. Although I'm contemplating using stone for the binding on my pickaxe because it will give me this trait stonebound. And stonebound, if I go back, shows you that it tool will mine faster, but it does less damage. So you don't want to use it for a weapon, but it's good for a pickaxe. Or maybe I should use paper. I don't have any paper. For now, I'll just go with the stone, I think. Yeah, so we can't do alumite yet. Alright, so we need to take our iron and start throwing our iron in here. Let the iron melt as we sit and wait. And as we wait for that, there's something else that I wanted to do. Because I have a lot of cobblestone, and I'd like a better place to store it than all in one chest. So what I'm thinking of doing is making a barrel from factorization. There we go. We need wood and a slab. So if we go in here and we make a couple of slabs, make ourselves 4 barrels. Now the way barrels will work is that they will store 64 stacks of one item. Where do I want to put these? So they're great. Oh, sweet. If you have a lot of one thing, and we'll put them over here. Alright. And the neat thing about it is you can store them all at once. So if I have cobblestone in my hand and I right click on the barrel and just hold it down, it will dump all the cobblestone that you have into that one barrel. And it makes it a lot easier than trying to shift click everything from your inventory. Okay, so we've got, I don't know if I'm going to make all of this in. Okay. Shovel. Pickaxe head. Let's see. I need axe head. I'm gonna run out of inventory here, aren't I? Yes, I am. Alright, did the shovel, did the axe, did the pickaxe head. Tool binding. Now, each of these only uses half of an ingot, and I don't want to have just half an ingot left. So I'm going to make 4 of them. And I think I'm going to go get a cactus for the wide guard. I guess I didn't really need to make the wide guard, but did I do sword blade? No. Alright. Very cool. Okay. So we've got our tool station. First thing we want to make is our pickaxe. We're going to put our binding in here. We're going to put our tool rod in here. And we're going to put our pickaxe rod in here. And to give us a pickaxe. It's not the best pickaxe, but it's better than the crap that I've been using, which is a stone pickaxe. I'm going to name this because you can name your tools, which is really cool. Yeah. Because I can't think of a name for it. Let's see. We're going to do that in a little bit, but we can make our iron shovel. Oh, and apparently that's going to be named the same thing. Oops. It's the kind of thing that I love naming things, but then I forget to name things, or yeah. Choppy. Why not? Alright. So we need to make our sword still. And for that, we are going to need some cactus so we can make our cactus wide guard. The reason I want to use the cactus wide guard, creaking chair, is because cactus functions that the more it's damaged, the more its durability is lost, the more damage it does. Alright, so this is going to get old kind of quickly. Clicking on these individual ingots. So there's other things that you can do. We've got 27 in here. Where, oh where, oh where. What was I going to do? Alright, so what we can make is a casting basin. Now a casting basin is pretty cool because it allows you to make an entire block all in one go. So instead of clicking 9 times, you click once, you wait for it to fill up. And you can see that all the ingots are slowly draining out. And then it cools. Very cool. Now we are going to automate these in a little bit. But for now, this works. Okay. So here's what I want to do. How many chests can I get out of here? Alright. So I want to make myself a couple of, actually go with 2. A couple of hoppers. I'm going to put 1 hopper so that it funnels into here. And then I'm going to dump all my iron in there and it will fill this up constantly. That's all that I can do in here. And then what I want to do is dig under here. I need some more wood. Let's go ahead and chop down a wood. We can use choppy. This will come over here to my amazingly awesome tree farm, right? So high tech. That's good enough. I'll have to come back and collect the saplings that fell later. Alright, oh yeah, I also put a pressure plate here. It opens and closes my gate, and that way I can open it and walk through. I don't have to worry about closing it. Pretty cool. Alright, making more chests. Do I need 3? May as well. Alright, so we're going to put 1 chest here, and then we are going to come underneath, shift click, and now everything will automatically get pulled out once it solidifies from the casting basin and get stuck in the chest. Now you just want to keep an eye on your ingots because you don't want it to get down below 9 ingots going into here, otherwise it'll halfway fill up and it'll kind of get stuck. We're going to come up with a solution to this in a little bit. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to process this ore. I'm going to process my copper ore, and probably my tin, leave the aluminum as it is. I may go mining a little bit more and checking some more stuff out. But next time when I come back, I'm going to show you how to fully automate this, so it will do everything you want it to do, and all you have to do is dump, your ore in here, and we will start, expanding our layer and digging around, and maybe find some diamonds next time, because we need to go to the Nether so we can get some stuff and maybe start working on tech. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So until next time, this is Sidetrack signing off. Have a great day, folks.